Fiji in this upcoming COP23 to infuse the Bula spirit through this Talanoa process. And Talanoa process is actually highlighting how we in the Pacific do things. So for instance, if you're going to a community to raise awareness, you can't just go in as an institution or as a government body and say, look, this is what we need to do. You need to go down to the community level and try and go down to the level of understanding and talk about these issues and try and relate to them, but also provide them that space to also talk about like what they're actually going through, because what we might be implementing in the community is not actually the issue that they're facing. So the Talanoa concept sort of provides that space. So having it in COP23 actually instigates how Fiji is going to do things the Pacific way, or taking the lead in saying, look, it's enough. You being developed and us being less developed, let's all come sit around this table together, put aside all our status, our development status, and just say, like, let's talk about this common thing, and that is climate change. What do you think about it? Are there solutions? What are you experiencing in your country? So it's about the space, not about the space, but not only about the space, but also the relationship that's forged within that space. So networking, partnership, and just the ability to also understand another party or another person better.
When we talk, we are usually, especially in the 21st century, we are waiting for our turn to speak. So we're kind of listening to what somebody's saying, but we really already framed our response, and we're just waiting for them to take a breath. It's interesting when you hear activists speak, they are trained in taking deep breaths quickly and talking for long periods of time without breathing so that they're not interrupted. So for us, it's a way of making sure your message gets across before somebody cuts in. But the Talanoa process is about deep or active listening, and that we give respect to whoever is speaking. We try and understand not only what they are saying with their mouths, with their words, but what is the deeper message behind what they're saying, the way in which they're framing the words that are chosen, and we respect and give that space to the person who is speaking. And that ensures that in any conversation, when we have a Talanoa, when we are talking, there is a chance for us to hear the voice of every single person. And Talanoa is important because usually we have a Talanoa around the traditional, the kava ceremony. We have a tanoa, the big bowl of kava, and we sit in a circle. There is some hierarchy to it, but while we are drinking and talking in a Talanoa process, everybody's voice matters. So you can not just be the chief or the minister or somebody sitting at the top of the circle. You can be one of the people at the back. You can put your hand up and say, I have a question, or I have something to say. And even the chief will give you the time and the respect to hear what you have to say. And so from the Pacific, that is an important process about dialogue. And so real dialogue, the real process of dialogue and active listening, the agendas are somewhat open. Because if you come in with a fixed agenda, you've got to do this, you won't have your mind and your heart open to receive what other people have to say. Right? And also, true dialogue and true Talanoa, the frame is a lot looser. So if it takes a long time, you let that time take place. And that's very countercultural to the Western way of thinking.
Exactly.
Say, okay, we're going to have a Talanoa between now and the next 15 months. It's not going to happen. Because people talk, and everybody talks, but then it's only after a while, once we get to know each other and understand each other, then we start to really say what we want to say what's in our hearts. And that is the important thing about Talanoa, to give time to the conversation so that people can really express themselves, and you can hear not just their words, but you can hear their hearts as well.